First at 5. From the University of Florida's College of Journalism and Communications, you're watching WUFT News.
Welcome to WUFT News First at 5. I'm Serra, Sowers.
And I'm Sandra McDonald. Thanks for joining us. Now, relief for drivers as construction wraps up on a major roadway just days before the Gators kick off for their first home game of the season. But as WUFT's Natasha Holt reports, this is only a temporary fix.
Just a few days ago, construction on University Avenue was causing a bottleneck of traffic for Gainesville drivers. But now, the traffic diversions between 14th Street and Gale Limerick Drive have been removed. That's because the project's been put on pause so that football season traffic is a go. Florida Department of Transportation spokesperson Daryl Goss says the project will resume toward the end of football season.
FDOT strives to be good community partners, and recognizing football season is approaching, the project will be paused until after Thanksgiving.
The $2.6 million project began June 12th, and it was cleared just in time for Florida's first home game of the 2023 season. When it's finished, signal-controlled pedestrian crosswalks will be installed across University Avenue. The intersections will be on 14th Street and Gale Limerick Drive. Pedestrian crosswalks will be raised to the height of the curb and will double as speed tables. The goal is to provide more safe places to cross University Avenue.
The raised crosswalks will serve as speed calming devices in lieu of the temporary speed tables that are there, which will be removed as part of the project.
The project is about halfway complete, and it's expected to finish construction by spring of 2024. Natasha Holt, WUFT News.
The FDOT has already completed construction on the westbound lane, and construction will continue on eastbound lanes in November. And thinking about the excitement of all things this weekend, I'm just hoping the weather holds up and these clouds go away.
Me too. I'd like to stay dry at the game if at all possible. WUFT's Julia Haley joins us now with the weather forecast.
Sandra, currently seeing those storms move toward the east coast as they were currently around the Orlando area and central Florida earlier today, but looking clear for tonight. And those temperatures dropping due to those storms, especially 15 degrees in Palatka, 17 in Daytona, and even 12 degrees in St. Augustine. Our temperatures currently sitting in the 80s, 80 degrees for Gainesville, 83 Ocala, and 75 Palatka. We do have a front moving our way though, which could possibly affect these temperatures, maybe making it feel a little bit like fall. And take a look at the Ben Hill Griffin Stadium, seeing those skies looking very sunny outside right now, and of course that chance for light showers is possible this evening. Back to you.
Governor Ron DeSantis has appointed a new sheriff for Alachua County. He appointed fellow Republican Emery Gainey to take over in October. The move comes after current sheriff Clovis Watson submitted his resignation effective October 1st. According to the press release from the governor's office, Gainey began his law enforcement career with the Alachua County Sheriff's Office back in 1982. His term is set to begin on October 2nd.
A local Walmart among the organizations hosting community efforts that are providing free services to people affected by Hurricane Idalia. WUFT reporter Alexa Herrera went to see Live Oak to see the impact these gestures are having on the community.
Free laundry and showers are just two of the services Walmart has set up in its parking lot. They are available to anyone in the area who is left without power and water. Live Oak is one of the areas hit hardest by Hurricane Idalia. Store manager Vanessa Reed says the Walmart community has stepped up to help people recover.
This community is one of the best communities I've been in and that I've worked for. So am I pleased? Yes, I am ecstatic.
People can drop off their laundry to be done by one of the workers, or they can do it themselves. The nonprofit Operation Barbecue Relief is also on site giving away free food. CEO Stan Hayes says it's been rewarding to give hot meals to people and their families.
The hugs, the tears, the thank yous are, that's the payment for most of the people out here.
Walmart employees are also volunteering their time to help distribute the food. On the menu today is pork loin, vegetables, and bread.
By the end of today, they will have served 28,000 hot meals to people in need from Hurricane Idalia.
Workers are also encouraging people to take food back to their neighbors.
It's pretty inspiring for us to see how the communities come together when we come out during such a bad time.
The services will be available from 12 to 8 p.m. daily for the next 2 weeks. Alexa Herrera, WUFT News.
In addition to those community services, a disaster recovery center has opened in Live Oak. Community members can receive help from organizations such as FEMA, the Small Business Administration, and the Red Cross. The center is located at the Coliseum on 11th Street and will open from 1 to 7 p.m. each day through September 15th. The entire list of attending organizations can be found on the Suwannee County Sheriff's Facebook page. And we are approaching peak hurricane season. It's your last day to get disaster prep supplies tax-free. The tax-free holiday began August 26th and ends today. Items like pet food, batteries, gas tanks, cleaning supplies, trash bags, and generators are tax exempt. For the latest information on recovery efforts from Hurricane Idalia, head to our website, WUFT.org.
And the Florida Supreme Court heard arguments today in a challenge to the state's 15-week limit on most abortions. Planned Parenthood is challenging the Florida law on the grounds that an amendment to the state constitution provides a right to privacy that should cover abortion decisions. The state is arguing the 1980 amendment adding a privacy clause was only targeting government intrusion and personal records. If the plaintiffs win, Florida would go back to the previous abortion limit of 24 weeks. And if the state wins, a new 6-week ban could soon take effect.
One local county is launching a new program deputies say will help better streamline communication with special needs citizens. WUFT Serra is live in the studio with more on how the program works.
The Marion County Sheriff's Office unveiled the new program with an announcement on their Facebook page this week. Deputies say it's an all too important communication link between special needs citizens and first responders. In the video, Lieutenant Paul Bloom breaks down how it works.
If you routinely or even occasionally have a special needs passenger in your car, simply place this sticker in your car's window. This way, in the event of an emergency, first responders will recognize that special care may need to be considered as the emergency is mitigated.
Bloom goes on to say the department's priority will always be the safety of their citizens by providing a high quality of life through professional interactions. If you're interested in getting one of the stickers, just stop by the Sheriff's Office or any substation in Marion County. I'm Serra for WUFT News.
Up next on WUFT First at 5, remembering the victims of 9/11.
Ceremonies to honor the lives of those lost have already begun across the nation. Plus, the latest on the prisoner who scaled a wall to freedom. That and more after the break.
You're watching WUFT-TV News.
Welcome back to WUFT's First at 5. In Washington, D.C., the Pentagon hosted its 9/11 observance ceremony today. Employees of the Department of Defense remembered the September 11th attacks. The ceremony was hosted by Deputy Secretary of Defense Kathleen Hicks, who addressed the public. Vice Chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff Admiral Christopher Grady and the Deputy Director of Administration also attended the ceremony. Hicks said that even though 22 years have passed, Americans have the responsibility to share with younger generations.
As someone who remembers vividly the course of my own steps right here at the Pentagon that day, I can tell you sharing these reflections remains hard. Yet as the years since September 11th have increased, so too does the importance of telling our stories.
Hicks went on to say sharing the stories of the tragedy and the aftermath increases understanding across all generations. And closer to home, the city of Gainesville will host a ceremony to remember the victims of September 11th attacks. A moment of silence will take place at 8:46 a.m. That's when the first plane struck the World Trade Center in New York City in 2001. Houses of worship across Gainesville will also toll their bells at that time. City leaders are asking neighbors to honor the victims by observing the day with acts of kindness, generosity, and service. The free ceremony will take place at City Hall Plaza on East University Avenue.
And authorities are expanding the search for a convicted killer they say scaled a wall to escape from a Pennsylvania prison. Earlier this week, a camera spotted Danilo Cavalcante at a botanical garden, forcing the garden to close down. But now police say he is again nowhere to be found. Investigators say they are searching nonstop through the expanded 8 to 10 mile perimeter. This means a much farther range than the initial 2-mile radius the search began with. A video shows Cavalcante crab walking up a wall and bypassing razor wire before escaping out of the Chester County prison. At the time of his escape, he was serving a life sentence without parole for the murder of his ex-girlfriend in 2021.
And coming up on WUFT's First at 5, you might be seeing some rain tomorrow.
And Florida will be experiencing dropping temperatures.
Yeah, we're tracking a front as it nears Florida. Will you need to change your weekend plans? I'm Julia Haley with your full forecast in a few minutes.
You're watching WUFT-TV News.
Currently tracking the tropics during this active hurricane season, we currently have Margot, but more importantly, we have Lee. Lee is currently a Category 4 hurricane. Earlier, it was just shy of a Category 5, with those winds up to 150 miles per hour, and as of the 5 p.m. advisory, forecast to become a Category 3. Now, what we're mostly looking for is those surf and rip currents that are going to be nearing the east coast of Florida. So that's what we'll see around our area. So take a closer look here at Lee. Lee is going to be making its way northward, but we have this hurricane hunter that actually flew over yesterday evening and yesterday night, and we got to see what the eye of a hurricane looks like, specifically a Category 5 hurricane. You can see all of that lightning. It's very active, and this is a huge, monstrous storm. So it's awesome that we got to see what the eye of this hurricane looks like, especially as a Category 5. But of course, this hurricane would be devastating if it made its way closer to our area and those currents affecting the Caribbean as well. So the peak of hurricane season is September 10th, so we're nearing that around Sunday, and you can see we will see a drop in activity later throughout the year. So that'll be good for us. Luckily, we'll see less hurricanes, and hopefully we will have a less active hurricane season next year. So on to our storm tracker, seeing those showers leave our area along the east coast, and we are going to be seeing some sunny skies for tonight. Of course, that chance for some extra showers are always possible, but you can see those sunny skies outside, 80 degrees. Drop in temperature mostly due to those showers, especially along the east coast, 15 in Palatka, 10 in Jacksonville, with those temperatures sitting in the 80s and even the 70s where we're currently seeing those storms. And for your Saturday morning, sitting in the upper 60s when you wake up, and when you're going to that game tomorrow, we're going to feel a little blue due to those showers. So we'll see this low pressure system rotate and bring some of those showers into our area, especially around Saturday morning and even Saturday afternoon. So during your tailgating time specifically. And if you take a look around kickoff, we'll see that chance for showers. You want to bring a poncho, but it really shouldn't delay the game much. So we're hoping that this forecast does stay or even get better and dry up just a little bit, as we are seeing those showers mostly in the evening before the game and during your tailgate time. Now for Sunday, seeing those temperatures sit in the upper 80s and even the 90s, chance for showers still possible, as we do have that stationary front making its way through our area, which is going to bring those showers for the next few days and into your weekend. So let's take a look at our 6-day outlook for the game. Expect that rain, bring an umbrella, but most likely bring a poncho or a rain jacket handy just in case. And then those temperatures staying in the lower 90s for the rest of the week as we see that front make its way through, mostly bringing just that rain. And then around Tuesday, we're going to be sunny once again for the rest of the week. Back to you.
And Gators volleyball was back in action last night. They took on Sacramento State. And while the Gators have been hot so far, beating two top 5 opponents in Stanford and Minnesota, they were able to battle in this one with Sacramento State. Senior AC Fitzpatrick had a solid second set. Sacramento came out swinging in the first, though, up 25-17 in the first. They were able to knock off the Gators. Freshman Kennedy Martin also had a solid second set with 11 kills. Cruised 25-17 for that win. Florida ran away with set 3, 25-9, and the Hornets battled back in set 4. The Gators had a very decisive fifth set. Mizzou transfer Anna Dixon came up big for the Gators. She tallied 9 total blocks in the match as the Gators finished things off 15-7 in the fifth. The Gators return to the O-Dome tonight at 7 to take on Clemson. And there was plenty of action in high school volleyball last night. The Gainesville Hurricanes took a trip to Buchholz to face the Bobcats. Gainesville senior outside Brooklyn Teeler tore up the Bobcats. She finished the match with 20 kills as Gainesville swept Buchholz 25-14, 25-10, 25-13. Also happening last night in the area, the reigning state champion Santa Fe Raiders took down Forest in 4 sets. Palatka swept Hawthorne, and Brantford beat Chiefland in straight sets. And it has been over a week since the Gator football team took the field, but the home opener is now just a day away. The Gators dropped their first game out in Utah last Thursday, but they now turn their attention to FCS program McNeese State for the home opener. The Lake Charles, Louisiana school is very familiar to Billy Napier, but of course he coached at Louisiana. Current Gator Trevor Etienne, also from the area. It's a familiarity Napier says will drive this team to go out and perform.
McNeese comes to town, and we all, if you know football, you know the history and the tradition of McNeese. You know, this is a place that has winning expectations, but obviously this week for us is about improvement, and we have to compete each day like we're playing the best competition that we will play this year.
Kickoff for this one is set for 7:30. And the NFL is officially back. The Chiefs and the Lions kicked off things last night. Travis Kelce did not play for the Chiefs in this one, but former Gator Kadarius Toney may have been wishing he didn't play in this one either. Just before halftime, Kansas City responded to a big deficit, going up a touchdown. But this is where things got a little rough for Toney. Early in the third, Mahomes would drop back and sling it to Toney, who was streaking across the middle of the field. He would hit the hands of Toney, but it wouldn't stick. Lions would catch the deflection and take it to the end zone and eventually end up going up by 1 to close this thing out. Lions 21, Kansas City 20. And taking a look at the Florida slate of games this weekend, Anthony Richardson will make his NFL debut as the Indianapolis Colts host the Jags. The Bucs are at Minnesota this week, and the Dolphins will travel to face the LA Chargers. Quite the busy weekend in sports. That's it for my sports. I'm Chris Will.
Thank you, Chris. We're expecting a lot of rain in the forecast this weekend.
Let's get one last check of weather with UF forecaster Julia Haley.
Florida's game may be a whiteout for Gator fans, but we are feeling a little blue as we are seeing those showers in the afternoon. Of course, sunny skies as well, but by the time that game starts, expecting those isolated storms possible. Temperatures sitting in the upper 80s, so it's going to feel very nice outside. And on to our 6-day outlook, seeing that chance for showers for the game, but then we are seeing clear skies around Tuesday. If you take a look at that, temperatures are staying around the 90s throughout the rest of the week, and we are seeing that cold front move through about Monday, and then once again, sunny skies, lows in the low 70s and highs in the low 90s. Back to you.
Thank you, Julia. Your Florida news is always on at WUFT.org. Thanks for joining us tonight.
Thank you.